So that's me just back now from Heathrow. I was over collecting the Tosai there. Just got in this morning on the 6 o'clock ferry. We've had our inspection at the Belfast Veterinary Centre, and yeah, I've just arrived back down at the shop now. I've got all these fish now to get into the outside tanks. We've only a couple of bigger fish on this shipment. It's all really Tosai, so I think we've about 30 boxes or so. The guys are now bringing these in here. There's Rob. Nice early start for you, Rob. These tanks out here have been emptied, cleaned, ready for these fish coming in. We've got all these covers on at the minute just to get the temperatures up, or a bit easier to get the temperatures up with them on. Try and save a bit of electric on the heat. All these tanks are all numbered individually, so this is like pond number 5, and then it'll be 1, 2, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way along there. We'll just get these covers off now. I start getting the bags floated into each tank. The guys are bringing the boxes in now to the van. I'll let them do the easy stuff of carrying the boxes. Yeah, so I'm just putting these, I have a couple of fish that I have to put into the main pond, which unfortunately means I'll have to restart the quarantine for the fish that came in previously. I just don't have the space to put these into a pond on their own, so we'll just have to go through the whole quarantine procedure again with all of these fish. Not ideal, but we just need to make sure everything's quarantined properly, so yeah, we'll just have to start it again on here. Most of the a lot of the sold fish are away already anyway, so it's not too bad. And any of the ones that are still sold wouldn't be going anywhere anyway for another probably 4 or 5 weeks at least, until the temperatures come up, so it should work out okay. Just float these bags for 10 or 15 minutes. It was quite cold on the way back over here. Yeah, it was down to about 4 or 5, well, 3 or 4 degrees on the way up through Scotland, so we just need to give these 10 or 15 minutes to get them up to temperature. The water here is probably about 15 degrees, so give them 10 or 15 minutes to adjust the temperature, and then we'll just get them in straight away. Don't really believe in mixing water and stuff like that too much. I think it's more important to get them into good clean water rather than have them floating around and dumping ammonia and stuff out of their gills. Because that's the first thing they will do, is whenever you put them into a bowl of clean water, is dump ammonia into that bowl, so you're literally keeping the fish in ammonia. Whereas if you dump it into the big pond, it's diluted a lot more, so it's not as much of a problem. I think the fish appreciate going into good water quicker. Yeah, I'll just bring this round. Yeah, nice big Sansai yellow monkey from Dainichi. Very hard to get. We'll get this lifted up in here now when the guys come back in. It'll take 2 of us. Yeah, Dainichi don't pack light boxes. I think the minimum weight they seem to put stuff at is 40 kilos. So yeah, I think I prefer having somebody give me a lift for this one up then. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, so we've just got a couple of these Dainichi fish to get up in. This is a large, or Sansai Kendai Showa. doesn't mess around with the box weights. He doesn't mess around with the box weight. Lovely Sansai yellow monkey. Just the receipt for you there, Gary. So that's the bigger stuff up into the main pond. There's only 3 big fish on this shipment. The rest of it's all Tosai. And the guys are out here now, getting the fish round each pond. Yeah, Keith's taking charge here, so he has. He's assigned it.
He's not in that physical work.
He's assigned himself as supervisor. Yeah, so Keith's supervisor, I'm cameraman, and Rob's just making sure they're putting them at the right tanks. And it's Wes and Reese are the only 2 doing any work.
I think they're getting paid to work.
Yeah. Right, I think I'll put this down. We'll get all these. Yeah, just put this down here, and we'll get all the boxes round to each pond, and then we can start videoing them as we unpack them. Yeah, so we've got the bags all unpacked now into the corresponding tanks. I was going to start or finish with the Dainichi fish, but they don't look that great in the bags, so they're sort of struggling a bit. So we'll start off with them and get them out of the bags first. If you give me a lift for that, Reese. Get a knife into this. Yeah, it doesn't smell great, does it? Hopefully they'll come around pretty quickly when we get them into a bit of fresh water. Wow. Really nice. Good size too as well. Get the other bag of them. No, it's shintaro stuff, we'll do that after. That's okay. It's just this Dainichi stuff's really struggling. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, really nice. A couple of yellow monkeys as well, which I wasn't too sure whether we were going to get these or not. Seem to be like gold dust at the minute. It's quite nice, that. Nice show of that. Yeah. Bit stressed out looking, but so we'll get them up into the pond here, salt them up, and hopefully they'll that there's really nice. You can see the height of the back of them. Yeah. Some really nice stuff in amongst there. Yeah, just start getting these up in. Probably actually better with a net for this. Get a few at a time. Look at that. Nice head pattern on that. Yeah. If Raymond's watching, I think that's the head pattern you were after. Really nice size. Those fish are all sort of 25, 30 cm. Maybe a couple of smaller ones, the likes of the yellow monkeys. You can definitely see that the Dainichi bloodline in them with the big broad heads and the high backs and stuff. Just easy fish to grow big. Really nice that. Another one, I really like the pattern on that one there. Look.
I don't think you have any problem selling these.
I hope not.
I wouldn't think so. I've already picked through the
Yeah. And this one here is actually one that I won at the auction. There is two more in there, but I didn't recognise them when I was unpacking. But yeah, won that, and then another yellow monkey. Very nice. Right, we'll just tip this here on the. Did I watch your feet there, Keith? Right. So there should be bowls for this system here. Have we got two of the, one of the smaller bowls and one of the biggest ones. You can move the bowls between these tanks, but just don't let them move between systems, if you know what I mean. These will be your smallest fish. These are from Yamazan or Yamazaki, whatever you want to call them. They're sort of probably around about 10 cm, 10 to 12 cm. We would normally bring in Otsuka in this size, but I think Brian from Fitz Fish Pond bought all his fish, so he had none left. So I've gone with Yamasan this year. I would usually bring in some of his stuff anyway. This looks like a really, really nice mix. So one of the wee round nets there, something. See that wee round one there at the bottom? Yeah. I'll just lift some of these up and you'll be able to see them. Yeah, it's real nice mix in there. Shiros, Ochiba, Chagoi, Kikoguru, Yamabuki, Parachna. A real mixed bag, bit of everything in there. So that'll be our cheapest fish. I think they're going to be around about sort of 12 or 13 pound each. Yeah, so we get these guys settled in, get them fed up a bit. They always look very skinny coming in because the breeder sort of not starves them to keep them at this size, but they're never fed heavily. Just enough to keep them around this sort of size for packing for February and March, and then by that stage they're all sold out. They should be away. So these are our long fin tosai from Yamazaki or Yamazan. Always very popular. A nice good mix in there this year, different patterns and stuff like that. Asking for trouble here doing it this way. But get some of this water out. This one's not looking too happy. Yeah. Pretty good mix of colours in there. Some nice patterns on them as well this year. Not too sure on the price of these this year. I think they'll probably be £25 or something like that. I will get these all priced up, and then when they're through quarantine or whatever, I'll do a walk around with showing all the prices of the fish as well. There we go. Is there a bigger bowl there? Just 2 seconds. Yeah, these fish are all from Marusaka, metallic mix. They actually look a lot bigger than what I thought they were going to be for this price range. So only really started buying his stuff again the last couple of years. Didn't have it for quite a while, but really nice metallic mixes and good, strong, healthy fish. These guys will be all sort of around about £20 each, 20 to 25. Yeah, a really good mix there. Deutsch Kohaku, I see Tansho Kajaku there, King Kiyotsurii, Benny Kimonorus, Kiko Gurui, Ginrin Chagois. They did really well last year for us. Shisui. There. There's a bit of everything in here really. So there's a Deutsch Yamatanishiki. Yeah, really nice mix of fish. Nice and bright, strong colours on them. So really, I like that one there. It's going to take a while to get through all these, I think. You ever get the feeling you've bought too many fish?
Must say that.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fish compared to some dealers and stuff, but for Ireland, it'll be quite a lot of fish to sell this year. I'm sure we'll do all right out of it. I'm really surprised at how good they are. I can remember by looking into the pond. Well, obviously we didn't hand pick these, so you're just looking into the general pond and ask for 2 or 3 boxes of them. But when you see them up here now close, there's actually some really nice pattern stuff. Look at these guys here. A couple of nice kikasuis there I've seen. Nice sort of maritime type Ginrin Sanki. Yeah, there's nice Tancho Ginrin Sanki. Yeah, and these Deutsch Kohakus are really nice. Great looking fish. There we go. Can't remember now what these are. Oh, they're Marahide. These will, I think these will be predominantly Deutsch Gusanki. Probably will be a few scaled fish in it, but I would say probably 90% of it will be Deutsch. I don't know how well they'll show up on that. Are they showing up on them? You'll try that umbrella then, even if you paw just hits. Is that any better?
Yeah.
I'll never worry. I'll get some better videos once they're settled in. It always surprises me how well some of these fish travel when they've been in these bags for 2 days, or slightly longer than 2 days. Nice sumi on that one. Yeah. Whoa! I get it, sorry. You get it? Yeah. We'll maybe just edit that one out, will we? I'm just getting too far ahead of myself there, trying to do too many at once. Yeah, the condition of them is absolutely fantastic for the length of time that they're in there. The breeders are just getting so much better at packing, and well, in general, there's a couple of them always seem to come in a bit rougher than others, like, but you really can't fault how well these are coming out of the bags. Can't remember what these are. 5.5. Well, we moved them about, didn't we? They were Marusaka. Or no, 5. Marusaka and yagenji. These will be the Marusaka ones, slightly bigger than the ones in the far corner there. Again, some really nice Kincaid series. Back to the end. Yeah. There's a couple here I want to look at when we get right down to the end. I'll try and leave them in till the end. Yeah, I don't know how well these will show up on the camera, but that's probably my top 3 out of that. Lovely little Genrin Kohaku. Really nice little Deutsch Kohaku. None of these fish will be reserved before the open day. These will all be first come, first served on the open day. Really nice that. We're on to these yagenji fish now. Always get a really good nice mix from him too. Sort of a bit of Gosanki, some metallics, Benigois, Karashigois, Kikasui, Asagi, Sui. There's even some lemon Harawaki. I haven't seen them from him before. Some Ginrin Shoas, Deutsch Gajakus. Oh, really nice wee Ginrin Tancho Showa. A bit of a rare one there, but it looks like an Akabeko. Don't see too many of those. Thought it was maybe just a like Sankey with a lot of red on it, but it's actually an Akabeko. Yeah, don't see too many of them. These are from Masaki, Aoki, Goshiki, Shisui, Gujaku. There's a couple of Ginrins. Nice big Tancho Goshiki there for somebody. I think R.O.I was actually asking about one of those. And then we have Aoki Metallics. We have two grades of these in this year, with some very fancier ones. They'll be in the R.O.I pond with the Dainichi stuff at the minute. Yeah, there's some nice Aragoki stuff in this. Goshkis, White Dragon, Ukuro Goshkis and stuff like that, and some metallics. just lift up a couple of these, do you see? These guys here will be probably the most popular ones, the white dragon he calls them. These here, they look like sort of shirotsuri, but they're actually Matsuka Kuwabaki. They're nearly set. These ones here as well are pretty white at the minute, but they can change colour rapidly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch them even through quarantine, whether they'll change or not. I'll take a breather for 5 minutes, I think.